All right, Jack. Question for you.
Yeah.
You know you are an absolute dominant player. Do you go to Tilted and make it your own, or do you avoid, because you know that those two teams have sparred back and forth repeatedly, which means you have maybe an opportunity to third party. As a player, would you go there?
I'm almost more worried now at this point about Zexro and his teammate coming in. Vinny, yes, thank you. I'm more about them coming in, because it seems like each game they've looted, gotten full shields, and then rushed into Tilted and tried to third party that fight or get involved as early on as possible. I don't think that strategy from them is going to change.
And we've seen a number of players hit the same spot pretty much over and over again. We saw Dusty Divot, the same teams landing there. Ghost, Aiden, and Nick Merckx.
Straight out of Tilted Towers.
Those are your cumulative stats. By the way, 9 elims, 2,758 damage dealt. A little more than that damage received. Quite a bit of wood acquired. The materials used, only 5,180. It does not surprise me because Tilted Towers has quite a few wall structures that are already built.
Yep.
Got Nick looking like he's already picked up some shield, rotating around inside. Aiden and Nick not shielded just yet. That 6-shooter picked up for only a moment and then replaced. Gray burst, now the gray AR. He's got a legendary heavy sniper rifle. Good for, I mean, a body shot with that still does 157 damage, so Gomnik's not safe from that. Neither is Super Evan. They have to be over that. You know, another full shield or anything can make them quote-unquote immune to an instant knockdown. The grappler, though, here from Nick, I would not be surprised if when they both feel ready, that grappler is going to be utilized to get all the way up on top of that big gray building that the opponents have always landed in.
Yep.
Try and get a drop down on him. He does have a trap as well. They're going to rotate away, actually, towards the basketball court. Maybe looking for more loot because Nick doesn't have any shield. No shield yet means probably no push, and they're looking for any. I
think that's exactly what they're thinking, right? Instead of pushing forward at the enemies, they're pushing away to try to see what they can get Nick. And there you go. Aiden drops a big shield, and he's got another grappler too. So 2 fully charged grapplers. And is that a grenade launcher too on the ground as well?
Potentially, maybe a tag.
Oh, no.
A blue tag? Blue tag shotgun.
Sorry,
there.
I thought that was a grenade launcher. I
They're
need to
both
get my
reference in the make it.
Oh, and Evan and Godnick, they're changing things up a little bit this game. They're just flying away.
That might be.
It's incredible what this game can do. We talk about it, but the make it rain bonus of $30,000 is just nuts. And it can be life-changing for some of these players.
I was just mentioning Villix with the most elims in the game currently, but Nick Merckx getting the knock. There's the elimination, which puts at least one up. Aiden getting the elimination on Gigant, which means that duo is gone. Puts them at 2. Caliber and Nolan both at 2. Cease and Elevate with 1. There's still a tie for this Make It Rain bonus. But one of these teams might pull ahead. Still in Tilted, Aiden and Nick. These boys live here.
You know, Aiden and Nick loved all the updates. I'm sure alongside a lot of the controller players that have recently come on in with the difference, the ability to add custom binds, the ability to instant edit, change the sensitivity between when you're building and shooting normally. All these things being used by Aiden and Nick to match the caliber of these top mouse and keyboard players. And there's the Make It Rain bonus on the side of your screen. It's right now tied between Caliber, Nolan, and Aiden and Nick Merckx. Remember, if it is tied, it will roll on over to the next game. Continue on through. Both players now at max shields. They've got 2 just below them. That's perfect tilt and Diggy. And Aiden's just going to reset with this launch pad for the moment.
The majority of this building he's on top of right now, the outside surfaces look like they've been replaced already, and Aiden and Nick might actually own it. We'll have to see as they move into here. Nick's looking, you know, stink grenades. He gets a tag. You could hear the audio cue there, which means he knows there's somebody in the bottom of this. He's going to try and go inside. He doesn't own the surfaces. He had to knock him out. There's that, oh my gosh, a laser from the side as the sandwich happens. You got to watch out, just potentially if there's a trap in there. Got to be careful, but Nick pushing inside. Maybe misses. He doesn't realize that his AR isn't reloaded. He has the double barrel, gets the knock on perfect tilt. The trap, though, he's got to be very careful. He's going to hug that corner so it doesn't go off. Gets that elim. Diggy is still alive somewhere in here.
That's got him. That's at least 3 limbs now for Nick Merckx at Aiden. That's another point for this duo.
The crowd behind us cheering for this duo. They're making sure they hold on to this. Nick has his eyes on Diggy. He's going to try and push up. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't maybe some drop down from underneath. Oh, surface replace. He's got to hear him.
There's one thing you know about
there it is, the shot on Diggy, and he gets another elim.
There's one thing you know about playing with Nick Merckx. It's this man gets the double barrel, and now on the right side of your screen, look at the Make It Rain bonus. They've got the lead right now as time's ticking down. Here's some earlier on. Lands right on 1. This Villix didn't even react.
Basically makes Villix eat that double barrel. Meanwhile, Aiden This is still earlier. Sneaks inside the box and gets Giganza. Catches him off guard on the inside. That's 4 elims total this game. All 4 of them in the Make It Rain bonus. And inside this box, Nick Merckx, the number of traps, gets a knock on Cease. This could be number 5 and gets it. Elevate goes down to the trap as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're coming to life.
Absolutely dominating this game. 58 players left. 6 elims. They're 1 away from 3 points based on elims away. And I got to say, Jack, I think this Make It Rain bonus is in the bag for them. 24 seconds left.
These 2 boys are about
They're not done yet. They're pushing up top. Aiden's got more players above him. The comms between these 2 we were watching earlier, you can see
Nick.
Nick
Huge build battle right now. It's Morgausi and Saint versus Nick Merckx and Aiden. Nick and Aiden trailing, getting some damage done. If they get these 2, they're in big bonus territory. Aiden matching this. Look at what he's doing right. Absolutely stunning. He's got the high ground for the moment. The shot comes in.
Are you kidding me?
By Saint.
Nick fighting it out.
There's the other, and Nick's on his feet, folks. It's big bonus as the duo has made this arena erupt.
Look at Nick Merckx materials at this point as well. He's sitting on over 2,500. The share with Aiden's got to be coming up here in a second. They take a moment to recoup from this. And Jack, these boys just showed up big.
And they are not done yet. Tilted Towers, it's theirs. Build battles, it's theirs. And they are hungry for more. Already a 4-point game for Nick Merckx and Aiden. And they've got the high ground, they've got the health and mats to do it. This could be how they rise back up the ranks. We mentioned how they needed to come back, and there it is. I mean, they've got double the amount of elims a second. Nick is just firing on down. Every other elim they get from here is big bonus. Every elim is another point. They know this. They know how key this is right now.
Jack, 50 players left at this point. Is a little bit of a heart attack there, I think, for everybody. As Nick drops down just a little bit.
This man doesn't stop. They're not even together anymore.
Aggressive push. He doesn't even care. Aiden see what they've been doing this entire time, but it might cost him.
We've seen this before, though.
Happened in a previous match. A little bit too aggressive. Yes. Aiden's gonna, at this point, most likely slow down just a second. Catch his breath. You have to realize he's got to push when his teammate is available. Now's the time to take advantage of this.
Nick,
they both know that.
He's right on the edge of the zone. He's got to move on in. There you go. Still doing it.
It's all materials. Aiden needs material backup from Nick. Nick's sitting on quite a bit here, so material share is going to be.
He's also got shields for him, but this is the downside of them being so split, you know? Aiden's just got to get. Aiden needs to get lost for a second here in all these builds, and he couldn't be further from the next zone. That's another big worry now, too.
These hand grenades might come in key. He's just going to huck some grenades as high as he can. I think he's trying to drop them in on a structure from above, and he's doing so actually really well against the knock on Ghoul. The heavy snipe swaps. Here it comes. He's going for another pair as he pushes in. Gets the elim on Ghoul. There's 1 left from that duo. Still alive. 65, and there was a rift just in front of him. He's going to go in for it.
No way.
Can he make it in time?
No.
He can't. He's got to rotate with the Storm Jack, and he's got to stay ahead of it. He's got tons of players in front of him. He might actually get this one as well.
No! He gets shot in the back. Nick is still in this, though. Nick can fire from above. He's got tags on one. He's got eyes on another, but Nick's got to move. He still has a ton of materials and shield. Nick now, though, he's in the fray with everybody else and no longer can just aim down on others. He's getting tagged by this zone down to 33 HP, down to 25 HP, down to 17 HP, down to 9 HP.
And that's 9 eliminations total for this duo, though, Jack.
Brilliant 5 game from them.
Kayun gets knocked by a rocket.
And was that Geber who had all that healing?
It is indeed.
Because he just got eliminated.
He just got eliminated. CLOAK, he's still alive. The shot, he shot up close. Are you kidding me? Base soldier with a rocket. 5 players left. 6 elims there on CLOAK as Sean's still alive from Ghost. Going for a play against...
2 versus 1.
Absolutely annihilated on the way up.
Here's the end of the game. They're dropping 40. Falls. He falls down. And they don't know where the final player is.
He must be sitting out in the storm healing.
Oh,
there it is.
My gosh! Yeah! Ronan wins it!
Just barely staying alive, hugging the center of that circle. The team from Hero brings home a victory royale.
And that's the downside. There's that. It's a double-edged sword. If you stick in the zone and try to out-heal it, and the other player is moving with the moving zone,
there's just so much damage you take there if you can't stay ahead of it.
That's the difference.
Oh my gosh. The crowd was
Oh, they were on their feet.
Explosive.
You know what it was? Was they already had all those limbs, and then they build battled Morgossi and Saint. And obviously, Morgossi won the summer skirmish. I mean, look at this from Aiden.
This is ridiculous. Aiden, please stop, dude.
Honestly, think of how different this game winds up being almost, too, for this duo, if Aiden's able to get into that rift. Remember when he was trying to break through the rift in time right here?
Just a half second faster, he would have been in, could have floated into the zone.
And I mean, there's people everywhere. I think he thought he was completely safe when that floor got placed above him. Unfortunately, not the case. Nick Merckx did what he could, but with the zone at his back, he was right on the edge. He just couldn't make it on in. So he knows that they were dropped on out, but either way, 9 eliminations.
Even still, I mean, you could see just between the two of them, the chemistry. Because Aiden immediately is like, dude, it's totally okay. Look, there it is. Yo, make some noise for Nick. I want these gentlemen to hear you in the back, please.
Oh, they do. People are happy. They put on a show.
That's what's up. They know now.
Oh, wait, let's have to make it rain. Oh, they just won the 30,000. They know. The Make It Rain bonus goes to Nick Merckx and Aiden, $15,000 each right there. 6 limbs. Look at Imagine how he's just like kicked off the stage.